Greetings, this is Charles in Cambodia, and I'm preparing this short video specifically for those who support in prayer and financially one of the primary ministries that I'm involved in nowadays, and that's the Cambodian Leadership Institute. The Cambodian Leadership Institute is offered 2 terms a year. It's like a night Bible school. We study for 2 hours, and 1 hour on leadership, 1 hour on Bible. And so it's been going for about 2 years. Last term, term 1 for 2019, I had over 200 students in 2 locations in Phnom Penh. I was able to do training outside in our city churches as well. And the other positive thing is that these are videotaped. Most of the classes are videotaped, and so they're uploaded to the Cambodian Leadership Institute YouTube in Khmer language, downloaded to the Cambodian Leadership Institute Facebook in Khmer language, and they're shared all over Cambodia. We were just in Prevahia province and Stung Treng province, which is far, far away from here toward the Lao border. And I was able to share a link with some of the pastors up there, and they responded and said, this is really great. We need Bible. We need leadership. And so I'm very excited about this. I just want to thank you all for your prayers. I began the second term is Monday the 27th at our Sungmin J campus in Phnom Penh, and Tuesday the 28th. And then again, we will be sharing this in the city churches throughout the remainder of this year and next year. And these are just, this is Management 101. My assistant, who was my assistant for 6 months in this last year, I began to talk with him and said, so Vichika, what do you know how to do anyway? You probably have a degree in something. He said, yeah, I have a degree in management. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, Vichika, could you create 10 lessons on management that you might be able to teach in my Leadership Institute? He's never taught before. He's never written before. He's never composed anything like this before. I gave him some guidance. I looked it over. And so this is his first published work. And so he'll be teaching Management 101 at the Leadership Institute from 6 to 7 p.m. starting this Monday for the next 10 weeks. And I'm so excited because you know that is my heart, is to find people, train them, raise them up, and release them into the ministry that God has for them. So very excited about that. This is Leadership 201. Last term we did Leadership 101, and Leadership 101 is actually a pathway course, a leadership pipeline course that I've developed, and is on my Mentoring Growing Leaders website, and I'm trying to market that to help churches have a 12-week curriculum to train leaders and volunteers, churches, schools, and businesses and organizations. And so I'll give you the link to that as well. You can help me advertise it, because I know you want to do that. But this is level 2, and so it's 10 more leadership lessons. I'm not teaching any of these, but I've got some other foreigners here that are very capable at doing this, and so again, that's my joy. I write the lessons, I do some basic training with them, and then I release them to do it probably better than I could in some ways. This is the one also. I've written a book called Planting and Growing Life-Giving Churches, and I've published that and distributed over the years. I've taught from it in what we call our church planting boot camps. But this time I'm doing this one. It's called Leading the Church, and this is for the Phnom Penh Church. For anybody who might be interested in being a pastor, a church planter, or on a church planting team. And so I'm trying to stir that up a little bit in the Phnom Penh Church. And so this, I'm not teaching any of these either, but I've got 10 different guys that are teaching it. I've got my pastor from Phoi Pat, my pastor from Kompong Cham, my pastor from Kompong Smu. I've got 3 guys that think they want to go plant churches. I'm having them teach lessons, and then some of the Phnom Penh guys. And so I've assigned the lesson that is best for them, that I feel like that they have a voice and they have an anointing on. And so this will also be videotaped, as well as Management 101 will be videotaped, and this church planting will be videotaped and be made accessible throughout Cambodia. And then from 7 to 8, the second hour is the Bible hour. And so this is Genesis chapters 6 through 50. Last term I did Genesis chapter 1 through 5, and this term we're going to take some great leaps and bounds and do from chapter 6 all the way to chapter 50. It's a summary, obviously. But this is the one that I will be primarily teaching, and it will be videotaped as well, and be able to send throughout all of Cambodia to be of use to New Life churches and non-New Life Fellowship churches. And so I just want to thank you and ask that you pray. It's always a little bit scary, you know, how many people will join up. I'm going to have 10, I'm going to have 100, I'm going to have 200. I always have no idea. And so we've prepared and we're excited about it. And if you would just pray that God will be with us over the next 10 weeks from this last week of May to the first week of August is what the term is. And then we'll take some time off after that to prepare for the next one. Thank you so very much for your financial contributions. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for standing with us.